we need to get to a point where we view our minds as soil. And when I say that, I really mean we need to stop inviting everything that we see, whether it be on media, whether it be from people, whether it be from anything really. We need to stop letting that take root in our minds. Um, Everything you speak, everything you say, everything that you do acts as a seed. And the thing about soil is that it's neutral. Soil is neutral. It doesn't care what it is. It doesn't care the quantity. If it receives something and it receives the proper amount of water, the proper amount in this situation, the proper amount of meditation on said something, that is what it'll push out. From the abundance of the heart, abundance of the mind, the mouth speaks. And when you really begin to see your mind as soil, you can really ask yourself these two questions. Who am I allowing in my garden, and what am I allowing in my garden? Whether it be a seed of truth, a seed of hope, a seed of deprecation, a seed of lying. That's crazy. Whether it be a seed of um just anything, it's not gonna choose. It's gonna grow it. It's gonna grow it. And I feel like we allow too much of the wrong things into our minds. Proverbs 18:21 says, the tongue, within the tongue lies the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. What do you do with soil? What happens with seed? It grows. Fruit. I could be a science teacher. Maybe I'm bugging. But back to the point. I do believe that not all of us are under spiritual attack, or we're forcing that spiritual attack. We're under a thought. We're paralyzed under a thought. And it's not paralyzation caused by the enemy's hand. It's something that we forced upon us. You know, Physical paralysis is due to mental analysis. The enemy doesn't always need to destroy you. All he has to do is convince you to destroy yourself. And I feel like that's what's going on with media now. Anywhere you turn, you see this person said this person did this. And what we're doing, we're absorbing that thing and making it, we're manifesting it into our own lives. We're partaking in something that was never meant for us. We're seeing other people's lives, and we see that and say, oh my goodness, what am I doing with my life? You don't know what he did to get that. You don't know what he's done to accomplish those things. You know, you don't know what he may have sacrificed, what he may have bought, what he may have lost in gaining that. So we're comparing 10% to our whole 100. We're comparing that person 10% that they're showing on social media. I always believe that people show 10% of their lives on social media, and comparing that to our 100%. You don't know the tears that they've cried. You don't know the hurt that they've hurt, but you see all the glitter and glamour and say, oh my goodness, what am I doing with my life? And with that, you're destroying yourself. You're essentially saying to yourself that my life isn't enough. The life, you are already enough. Point blank, period. You're already enough. You're already, even being alive right now, you're enough. Even breathing air, you're enough. God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. And, you know, 2 Timothy 2:16, it says, but avoid all irreverent babble and godless chatter with its profane empty words, for it will lead to further ungodliness. I don't know about you guys, but is that a word, partook? I partook in a lot of reverent babble and godless chatter. And once I stopped doing that, I started to realize that the life that I have, the life that God has given me, it's not useless. I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. And whether you know what that is or not, you know, keep on living. Keep on living. When I say keep on living, Find out what life means to you, not through media, not through your next door neighbor. Or you can take inspiration, but you're not wearing their shoes, so don't try to go walk inside their footprints. Um, it's not really all about just protecting your garden. Oh, yes, it is. I'm bugging. Sorry. This is not just about avoiding gossip or avoiding, irreverent babble. This is more about protecting your garden, being accountable for who you are. It says in the Bible to take every thought captive, only every thought captive. And Proverbs. Philippians 4:4 says, but finally, my brothers, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is good. There's more characteristics that they add on, but it says think about these things. So if we really take a lot of our thoughts and apply it to that verse, or a lot of what we're thinking, is it good, noble, or good, right? I forgot the rest of the characteristics, but you get get the overarching message. Um, are you thinking good things, or are you just thinking in general? I'm not saying don't feel your feelings. That's not what I'm saying here. But it's a whole other thing to feel your feelings and allow your feelings to feel you. I touched on this in my last video. Um, When you allow your feelings to feel you, you lose the touch of God. So I'm really asking here, is what you're thinking true? Or is what you're thinking just something to think about? I think a lot of us just like to think because we want to have something going on up here. It doesn't have to be good thought. It doesn't have to be productive thought. You just need to have something to occupy your mind because you're running from yourself. I feel like a lot of us are running from ourselves, which is why we avoid stillness. Now, I'm kind of straying from the the topic at hand. Hold on, I'll get back to it. Hold on, y'all. Back to the point. Um, okay, hold on. Back to the point. The more empty words you absorb, the more you'll start to allow things that take root into your life that will never profit you, that will never take forth fruit. My final word for prayer to leave you with is, God, please heal my mind. Because until our minds are restored, we'll continue to sabotage ourselves with our own tongue and call it bad luck. No. You're just simply you're just reaping what you're sowing. Let God till your soil. Let God's word take root into your life. Let him uproot what was never meant to be there. Let him plant his word within you deep enough that it begins to bear fruit. God bless you. I love you all. Continue to be that billboard.